How do you turn a prehistoric sea monster into something so memorable that it becomes the face of an entire game mechanic? Welcome to Drawn to the Decks, the show where we strip away the stats and the typing to look at the visual logic that makes a Pokemon iconic. And today, we're diving into the prehistoric grace of the surfing taxi from Kanto, Lapras. The genius of the concept lies in its hybrid nature. It fuses the ethereal mystery of the Loch Ness Monster with the grounded, protective resilience of a leatherback sea turtle. This juxtaposition creates a creature that is voyaging personified. It possesses the prehistoric elegance of a plesiosaur, but that heavy terrestrial shell anchors it in reality, making it feel less like a mythical creature of the deep and more like a dependable companion. This intellectual weight is mirrored in its name. In Japanese, its name is Lapras, likely a sophisticated nod to Pierre-Simon Laplace, the 18th century mathematician whose work pioneered our understanding of the physics of tides. But why is its English name Lapras? It's likely a transcription error from the Japanese name, arising from how L's and R's sound similar in Japanese. Its name could also be a reference to lapis lazuli, a deep blue gemstone. By pulling from both mathematical physics and mineralogy, the name summarizes the creature's dual nature. It's both a guardian of the tides and a rare living jewel. Do you think the addition of the turtle shell makes the design more believable, or would a purely Nessie-style plesiosaur been more iconic? During the Silph invasion in the original Pokemon Red and Blue games, Team Rocket had the building under siege, and in the middle of that corporate war zone, a single employee hands you a rare, vulnerable creature to keep out of the hands of the evil team. Just as you're handed this rescued Pokemon, the game demands you cross the treacherous ocean to reach Cinnabar Island. Suddenly, the creature you saved becomes the partner that saves you. This narrative bond was so powerful that Lapras transcended its 8-bit sprite. It stopped being just another water Pokemon and became the universal symbol of navigating the seas. From the overworld sprite in Generation 2 to the designated surfing ride Pokemon in the Alola region. Even more recently, in Pokemon Pokopia, your Ditto character transforms into a Lapras to traverse the waters. But if it was meant to be our primary mode of sea travel, what exactly makes the anatomy of Lapras feel so inherently rideable compared to even other aquatic Pokemon? The genius here is in functional ergonomics. Unlike the smooth defensive dome of a Blastoise, Lapras' shell is covered in blunt, calcified protrusions. Through a design lens, these aren't randomized mutations. They're specifically positioned to serve as natural handholds and structural seats for a human rider. The utility continues with that elegant S-curve neck. It functions as a biological watchtower, allowing the Pokemon a high vantage point to navigate over cresting waves. It's a design that explicitly prioritizes stability and endurance over raw speed. Although Lapras never received a Mega Evolution, it is one of the few Pokemon that did receive a Gigantamax form in Generation 8. In this design, the dorsal shell is expanded into a massive tiered structure that resembles a grand cruise ship. It also gets an icy ring around its body that is shaped like a musical staff, complete with notes of ice and everything. This musical theme is backed by Lapras' lore. One of its Pokedex entries reads that it ferries people across the sea on its back, and it may sing an enchanted cry if it's in a good mood. A neat little visual detail that wasn't present in its original design. Next up is color theory. The brilliance of this palette is in the weight of the colors. The primary cerulean blue acts as the mid-tone anchor, valiant yet natural. By placing a warm cream-colored underbelly against that cool blue, the designers created a complementary adjacent color harmony. It gives the design a soft, approachable look that's less jarring than direct complementary colors. But the shell is the true visual anchor. Without that dark, neutral gray, the blue and cream palette would feel too light, almost like a flying Pokemon. The gray provides compositional gravity. It pulls the eye downwards, emphasizing the creature's massive weight. This balance of color is vital, but what makes the Lapras silhouette so instantly recognizable even without the color? Even as a pure shadow, this profile tells a story. It's built on opposing forces. The vertical S-curve of the neck contrasted against the horizontal mass of the shell. It creates a sense of structural stability. The real genius, though, is in the secondary shapes. The small forward-pointing horn and the curled ears create a visual crown. They sharpen the silhouette at its highest point, giving Lapras a regal, ancient presence. So how does this Kanto classic rank on our scorecard? Silhouette clarity. It was iconic then, and it's still iconic now. No other water Pokemon has been able to replace it when it comes to surfing the waves. We're giving this a 10 out of 10. Fundamental appeal. It's a gentle giant that any trainer would love to have as their water riding companion. We're giving this a 9 out of 10. Visual detail. The texture of the shell and the unique ear shape provide just enough detail without overcomplicating it. We're giving this a 9 out of 10. And lastly, cultural longevity. It's remained the icon for surfing Pokemon, and it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. We're giving this a 10 out of 10. And with the final score of 38 out of 40, Lapras makes a splash in the S tier ranking. Lapras proves that a design doesn't need a neon palette to be unforgettable. It just needs to be logical. But I want to hear from you guys. Does Lapras deserve to be the face of the surfing mechanic, or has another water Pokemon done it better? But that's about it for this episode. Tune in next time to see which Pokemon we're drawn to next, right here on Drawn to the Decks. See ya!